This is my end of season bedraggled garden. End of season here means June, when the heat of the summer is coming in. There's my nice fiddle leaf fig tree, and underneath it the calendula has already died off from the heat, but the Tulsi is really taken over my garden. Here is a beautiful Tulsi plant here with a turmeric coming up in the middle of it. And here is some ginger plants, some red leaf dandelion. I have another turmeric sticking up right there. A big Tulsi bush, more Tulsi. We have some fresh dill, which I'm going to see if I can get that to survive through the summer. Some orange mint. Another big Tulsi plant, a different variety of Tulsi here. A huge dandelion that's gotten out of control, which I may just dig up and harvest the root. And then we're looking at this giant comfrey plant. And that is what I'm going to be harvesting today, are some comfrey leaves, some flowers, and we're not going to dig into the root today. Okay, we are going to harvest some of this comfrey, which is just going crazy in my garden right now. So if you look, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to chop a big stalk off here, and you can see the flowers are just beautiful. And what we want are these beautiful leaves. So I'm just going to we're just going to take the leaves and lay them out in the basket, in my gathering basket here. And this is such a gorgeous plant. You can see the size of this comfrey leaf. Right? And I just remove there's so much of it I have here. I remove the parts that are blemished or damaged with bug things before I even put it in the basket. And then all of these pieces that are damaged or dried up or kind of not looking good are going to go in the compost bin. So that's going to be a separate pile for the compost. Here is another big, just beautiful comfrey leaf coming out. And honestly, I have not done anything with this plant. It has been out here growing on its own all summer. This has some bug stuff on it. And then what I can do with these flowers is I'm going to put the flower stalks separately. Is we're going to make some flower essences from the flower stalk. Compost. These big leaves are kind of buggy, so they're going to go in the compost. And this just has some really beautiful younger leaves on it. I'm going to put that in my basket. So you can see now comfrey leaves have a lot of moisture in them. So in order to dry good, you have to let them dry, all the moisture to dry out of them. So I'm just getting ones that look really good and healthy. And then the stalks, these, because there's a lot of moisture in there and they would take a long time to dry, I'm just going to put those in my compost bin. And this plant severely needs trimming and thinning out anyways, so I'm kind of being, here in South Florida, gardening's a little bit different. You get pretty ruthless with the plant growth because it just grows so much. You know, up north you're babying it a little bit. Down here we're just like, oh, just chop it up. There are some dead, yucky plant stuff underneath here, so I'm cleaning that out so that I can get to the nice good leaves coming up here. Here is another big, beautiful comfrey leaf. It's just gorgeous, you know. I mean, this is a plant you can use to wrap on wounds. You could literally, if you're growing this in your yard, you can take this from the garden and literally it's got some little stickers on it, and you can add it in some oil and you can take it and literally, like if you have a sore wrist, wrap it all the way around like a poultice around the wrist, and put some olive oil or coconut oil on there and just wrap it in some muslin, and you've got a ready-made poultice. I mean, the medicine doesn't come out as good in the material, in the leaves when they're whole like this, but in a bind, then there's also, you may not be getting the alkaloids and the compounds from inside the cells of the plant, but you're getting the live living growth of the plant with all these little sticky hairs and everything. And that life force energy is still in this leaf, and that will go to help heal. So even this would be great to wrap around a knee, like a poultice if you had a sore knee. To lay it on areas that are just sore muscles, strains, sprains, broken bones, all of that. So here in Comfrey Lounge, there's some beautiful leaves here I'm going to snatch off for the medicine. This plant is just out of control growing. I'm going to come down here and get some of this. There's a lot of dead leaves and stuff to get down on the bottom here, so I cut all this away, get it out of there. It's not doing anybody any good. It's just collecting bugs and mildew. So it's a little bit different growing plants in pots. This has been going now. This comfrey plant here has been going for for 2 years. Not almost 2 years, but 2 years. Oh man, the dogs are having a mud bath behind me, just after their bath at the groomers. And so I'm just cutting it, essentially cutting it all the way back, and you can see how much I cut off this plant. But now we've got like a brand new shoot coming up here. We've got a brand new shoot coming up here and a brand new shoot coming up here. And they are able to get in there and get some sunlight and get some fresh air and get this disease stuff out of there. There we go. That looks much better. So you can see how much I took off the plant. And it's really hard for me to see out here. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna This is the pile that is going into, oh, there it is. That's a pile that's going into the compost. Right. And out in the sun with muddy dogs, collecting comfrey leaves. And there's the comfrey leaves. I'm going to fill up this basket a little bit more with some fresh leaves. And we will take them in to lay them out to dry. And I'm going to come out here and show you how to do a comfrey flower essence